Welcome to Food 101. Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today I have my special guest. He is a dynamic coach and a speaker, founder of Prime Performance, no other than Mr. Rob Tracy. Welcome, Mr. Rob. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Of course. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. And yeah, you said it well. I'm a prime performance coach, speaker, and podcast host as well.
Podcast host too. Let's empower fellow podcaster and let's empower people all over the world through our podcast. So, Mr. Rob, let's talk about the other side of you. Food. So tell us, what is your favorite food that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I was super excited to kind of dive on here because I have been known to be a competitive food eater, actually. I won a meatball eating competition. I
Yeah.
placed first in a spicy noodle competition, and I just love eating lots of food, and sushi is huge up there. But my most favorite food to enjoy is eggs. I love to create egg sandwiches, and they're quick, easy to make, and it's just one of my favorites.
One of your favorites. So tell us how to make a simple recipe that our listeners can do even their eyes are closed.
Yeah, super easy. So it's my 4 eggs on an English muffin sandwich. What I do is I toast 2 English muffins in half, just cut them in half, and then I toast them in the toaster. Then I fry 4 eggs on a frying pan, and then when the English muffins are ready, they pop. I put a slice of cheese on them. I put some hot sauce on it. I put some eggs on top, and then I salt and pepper with a little extra hot sauce at the end, and it's perfect. It's quick, it's easy, and it's delicious.
For sure, it's delicious indeed. So, Mr. Rob, if you want to have a fusion of your favorite food, what would it be?
Yeah, I think the best mix of everything would be some kind of sushi. Sushi with some eggs, maybe mixing in some rice. But I'd like to do additionally from my sandwiches that I make is I make a jasmine rice. I prepare it, and then I put some ground turkey together, and then I make some scrambled eggs, and I mix it all together, and I make these little kind of sushi, like little kind of basically like sushi, but they're little rice, ground turkey, and egg little balls.
Yes, for sure. That's a great fusion. So, Mr. Rob, if we gonna do a complete series of the food itself, your favorite food from appetizer, main course, and dessert. And I forgot the soup. Let's do the soup first. If we're gonna do soup for your favorite food, the egg, what would it be? Number one, soup.
Yeah, soup with eggs. I'm not too sure about that. Might have to just be maybe putting like a ramen, maybe with some ramen noodle, and then having like a hard boiled egg in it.
Yes, that's it. Boiled egg with some noodles. What it can be? It can be, Mr. Rob. Something delicious, especially the Asian. And let's talk about the appetizer.
Yeah, I
What can
think.
you think?
Well, I think like deviled eggs is always great, or even
Yes.
just the hard boiled egg by themselves. I think deviled eggs are cool because you can make them a couple different ways, and it's very simple, smooth, and pretty easy to roll.
Definitely. Totally agree. Devil egg for the appetizer and for your main course.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be going back with the from main course. And aside from the eggs and the other things that I had said before, I think one of my go-to favorites is like the avocado toast with the egg and or a omelet because you can put so much stuff into an omelet.
Yes. Mamma mia, so delicious with the avocados. One of the superfoods for sure. And how about the dessert? Can you think a dessert that full of eggs?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm sure there are some out there, but I'm just gonna end up going with just some regular scrambled eggs, I guess, for dessert. I don't see too many things out there. Maybe with a little bit of
Yes.
fruit bowl too.
Definitely a scrambled eggs with fruit on the top. Why not, people? Why not? Something, well, unique and different from others. So, Mr. Rob, for many years or for many, eggs are ultimate comfort food. What is about perfectly cooked egg that feels so deeply satisfying and nostalgic?
Yeah, I think for many people, they probably share the similar situations as me. So for me, growing up, eggs was something that we would have on the weekend. My family would cook the eggs in the morning, and then we would wake up and just eat together as a small little family. And really having the eggs symbolizes like sleeping in and being able to spend time with family, and it brings me back to that. So I think when I cook eggs, at least it reminds me of my dad. And unfortunately, my dad had passed away a few years ago, and I think when I make breakfast eggs on the weekend, I think that makes me a little bit closer to him.
If you were stranded on a desert island and could only have one food, would eggs by your choice? And if so, how would you want them prepared with your limited resources?
Yeah, I think so because like maybe there's birds or maybe there are chickens on the island, so maybe it'll be pretty well there. But like growing up, I was always an athlete and I did played a lot of sports. And if you've ever seen the movie Rocky, you know that it's
Yes.
important to eat the raw eggs and drink it. And I think if worst case scenario, if I needed to, I would just have the raw eggs.
Oh, yes. Raw eggs is something else. It boosts your energy. And in your opinion, what is the absolute pinnacle of preparation? Is it silky soft scramble or perfectly runny poached egg or something else entirely?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the poached egg. I really like that, and I think it's good because it gives you a mixture of texture. And if you can if you compare it with other things like having the English muffins, and you could do so many different things with breakfast kind of foods, and eggs just partner well with a lot of things. Plus, it's a very well-rounded food itself. It's got really good protein. It's got excellent healthy fats, and you can pair it with anything else for kind of carbohydrates and quick energy. So it's really the ultimate to get your day rolling.
Yes. You can place anywhere in any recipe that you want to. So, where do you stand on the great culinary divides? Salt added before or after scrambling? Butter or oil or non sticky pan or cast iron?
Yeah, so I've used all of it over the years, and I think I switch it up. Like I haven't used my cast iron in a while, but recently what I've been doing is a little bit of oil. And if I'm making scrambled eggs, I'll do a little bit of oil. I'll put the eggs in, and then I'll put some butter in as well. Salt it lightly, and then kind of let it kind of spin it and turn it, and maybe adding a little bit of cheese in there as well.
Mr. Rob, what is your proof or foolproof method for achieving a perfect hard boiled eggs with a creamy yellow yolk and no dreaded green ring?
I would have to defer to my girlfriend for that because she's the expert at making the hard-boiled
Yeah,
eggs, but I believe she puts them in ice. She boils them and then puts them in ice cold water, and I think that really helps make it easy to kinda crack and get it all and make it an easy removal for the shell.
nice, nice technique. And what's one simple technique or secret that professional chef use with eggs that home cooks can easily adapt to instantly elevate their game?
I think, being able to aerate out the eggs if you're scrambling them, and just making sure that you get a lot of air in between it. So whether you're whisking it or kind of while it's in the pan, just making sure that you kind of fold the eggs so it makes it a little more fluffy.
Yes. Fluffy. That's the key ingredients of that fluffiness of the egg. So, what is the most common mistakes people make when cooking eggs that absolutely murders the texture and flavor?
I think I don't think there's any way that you can necessarily murder and ruin the texture and flavor of the eggs. I think it's unique, and I think people can come at it with different approaches. So if you're looking to try to do it one way, like experiment, have some fun with it, and testing out different strategies and different approaches too. A really unique thing that I had tried once a few years ago, someone had shared with me that you can coat the pan with a little bit of peanut butter, and then you can crack the eggs and put it in it, and then it gives your eggs a little bit of a nutty taste. So like you can mix and match and you can have fun with it, and it's unique because there's no real wrong way of doing it.
What is the most surprising or innovative use of eggs you ever encountered in savory dish from another culture or a fancy restaurant?
Yeah, I think a really great egg salad from one of my cousins. It's not in a fancy restaurant or anything, but they put a lot of different and unique things into it, and it makes it appealing, and it's interesting. It's one of the
Mm.
most interesting situations.
So if you had to pick one international egg dish, like Japanese to tamagoyaki, an Italian carbonara, or shashuka as the world best, which would it be and why?
That's a tough one. I would have to say probably you said the Italian one there.
Carbonara.
Yeah, let's try that out.
Yes, we always talk about carbonara with Chef Alessandro on Food 101 people. From first season, second season, third season, we always evolve how to make carbonara because Chef Alessandro, this is his specialty because carbonaras came from Rome. So he does perfectly do the carbonara. So delicious and easy to do. And Miss Rob, eggs are incredible solo, but they are also magic binder, thickener, and leavening agent. What is the dish that would be absolutely impossible without the humble egg?
Well, I
What do
think
you think?
I think it would be impossible to make an omelet without some eggs.
For sure, yes. Definitely. Good answer, Mr. Rob. Totally. How can you make scrambled egg without egg? For sure. And with so many options, conventional, free range, pasture based or pasture raised, organic, what should consumer really look for when buying eggs, and does the taste difference justify the price?
Yeah, I think in order to decide on that, I think you kind of ask yourself, what kind of meal are you preparing to make? Because for me, I typically get just the cheapest eggs that I can find. I go through a lot of eggs every week, but if I'm looking to prepare something a little more special, then I'll make sure to get like the organic, free range eggs for my girlfriend and such. And then also there are a lot of different kinds of eggs too. Like I've had quail eggs, I've had duck eggs, I've had just regular chicken eggs. So it's interesting to go out and see what you can get, and different stores have different options, so it's fun to go and adventure around.
Can you explain the fascinating food science behind what's actually happening when an egg transforms from liquid to solid? What creates that creamy versus rubbery texture?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to defer that out to another expert because I'm not 100% sure, but it is an interesting it is an interesting thing because most of the time when things do heat up, they turn into more of like a gassish kind of state, like ice turns to water and then turns to steam. But eggs are kind of changed because they start off as that liquidy and then they harden and become more fluffy as they cook under heat.
From a national or nutritional standpoint, what makes eggs such as a nutritional superstar? And how do you debunk the myth that long surrounded them?
Yeah, I think, well, like I said earlier, I think eggs are a great source to start your day because they're good source of protein, lots of healthy fats, a lot of vitamins in there, nutrients. And I think a lot of people are still caught up on the cholesterol associated with eggs. And I think people are still thinking that dietary cholesterol is the thing that's kind of affecting a lot of the numbers that we're looking at. Whereas the cholesterol and the uh, eggs are a great source of high density lipoproteins, which can be positive risk factor for you, which would be really good because that helps eliminate some of the other things. So if you think about the HDLs versus the LDLs, the HDL is that high density lipoprotein, and that helps going through our veins and arteries to help kind of clear away some of the plaque that might build up from other poor diets where we get like trans fats and different things that are more hazardous to our health.
Mr. Rob, do you have a loyalist stance? Is the rich, flavorful yolk the best part, or do you appreciate the pure protein punch of the whites?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the yolk guy. So my girlfriend, when she makes her hard boiled eggs, she typically leaves the yolk for me, and I love it. I can't complain.
So, if you were to create a perfect egg sandwich, what would be on it? What bread? On what style of egg? And what the other ingredients are non-negotiable?
Yeah, I really love. There's this one deli that I go to all the time, and it really helps. They have such a great variety of different options. But what I do is I get the recently we've been getting a thing called the Batty, and it is scrambled eggs. It's got some hash browns on it. I get it on a big long wedge of a roll, and there's some cheese, and sometimes there's some chili on there. There's a lot of different things, but I think the Batty has the avocado, the hash brown, the eggs themselves, some ketchup, and some honey avocado. I think it is. It's interesting.
Mr. Rob, how do you use eggs to heroically transform leftover ingredients languishing in your fridge into a glorious meal?
Yeah, I just dump it all into one big scrambled omelet. Mix and match, putting some stuff in, some new stuff, some old things, some stuff leftovers we got to get rid of, and just put it all together. And to me, some little bit of salt, pepper, some hot sauce, and it's good to go.
Yes, for sure. And what is the most unexpected or bizarre ingredients you've prepared with eggs that surprisingly work amazingly well?
Yeah, I think I'll go back to just sharing that about the peanut butter because making
Peanut
scrambled egg
butter.
or an omelet with peanut butter, you would never think it's great, but it was actually pretty delicious, and I really enjoyed it.
Yes. And scramble and mayonnaise is something else too, so try it. And peanut butter. It's something, people. Try it, please. With the rise of plant based alternatives, have you tried any egg substitutes?
You know, I haven't actually. That's interesting that you asked that, and I think if I do find something out there, I would be open to trying it. But I have not used any myself.
Yes. Okay. I hope one day you're gonna, well, try it.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Rob, before we continue our discussion for today, I'm gonna ask you on Food 101, what are your short term and long term goals? As a dynamic coach and a speaker, as well as the founder and prime performance.
Yeah, short-term goals are just connecting with more people and sharing a lot of things that I've been learning and putting together and creating over the years. And my mastermind, and continuing to grow and spread big, important successes with a lot of individuals, really helping individuals generate momentum and continue to build with their projects and successes. And thankfully, eggs have been a primary role in that success for me so far.
Good luck to your goals and looking forward for more success, Mr. Rob. And tell us, what would be your piece of advice for those people out there want to be like you?
I would say just got to reflect a little more consciously, slow things down, taking a breath, and really just enjoying what you've got in front of you. Whether that's an amazing omelet, or if you're sitting at a sushi place, or maybe you're building your next project, slow things down, learn to embrace what you've got going on. And it's okay if you crack a few eggs, you got to do that to make an omelet.
Yes, for sure. Delicious and easy to do. And Mr. Rob, can you please recommend a recipe regarding our topic today? Eggs.
Yeah, super sweet, super easy. Let's just do some ground turkey, some scrambled eggs, and some mixed vegetables. Roll it all together, salt, pepper, throw some hot sauce on it.
Mamma mia. Wow, delicious, delicious indeed. So, Mr. Bob, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please to listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love Letters in third season, and Movie 101 review, Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Rob, tell us, if you had to choose one final egg dish to enjoy, what would it be, and why should be your triumphant choice?
Yeah, I think the last one is just the classic hard boiled egg. It's easy, it's some salt on it, it's delicious, and you can bring it anywhere you go too. So it's very transportable.
Yes, definitely. And Mr. Rob, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world through your favorite food. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yeah, of course. If interested in checking out more stuff, always go check out my website and then say hi to me wherever you are on social media.
Yes, say hi to Mr. Rob and please support him, because if you support him, for sure, more and more empowering coaching to come, and as well as speaking gig to come. So, Mr. Rob, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel.
More to come, people. See you soon.